हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम बात करेंगे नेक्स्ट क्वालिटी प्रॉपर्टी दैट इज डिप्रेशन ऑफ फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट। बट बिफोर स्टार्टिंग डिप्रेशन ऑफ फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट, लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड मीनिंग ऑफ फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट। तो क्लास समझो हमारे पास एक बीकर में वाटर है एट टेम्परेचर से फॉर एग्जांपल 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस। तो हमारे पास बीकर में वाटर है एट टेम्परेचर 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस. The molecules of water are moving randomly. Okay, they possess kinetic energy. And class, suppose at this 40 degrees Celsius, the vapor pressure of pure water is 0.4 atmosphere. Say for example, the vapor pressure of water is 0.4 atmosphere. So you can see on the graph paper, at temperature 40 degrees Celsius, vapor pressure of water is 0.4 atmosphere. Class, if we keep this water in the refrigerator, if we keep it for cooling, so if we keep this water, if we keep this beaker in the refrigerator, what happens? When you can keep in the refrigerator, the cooling means you are removing the energy from these molecules. You are removing the energy of these water molecules. So when we start removing energy from the molecules, their speed decreases, their kinetic energy decreases. And when the speed decreases, when the kinetic energy decreases, molecules come closer and they experience more force of interaction. So intermolecular force of attraction goes on increasing because they are now closer and possess less kinetic energy. So it may happen that if temperature is sufficiently low, the molecules, H2O molecules which are in liquid form, they are sufficiently close to each other and having sufficient force of interaction so that now they start becoming solid. Everyone knows solids possess stronger intermolecular forces of attraction as compared to liquid. So these molecules of liquid, now they start becoming solid and there is a formation of ice on the surface. So you can see there is a formation of ice. So liquid now converts into solid. Okay, so class, in this beaker there are two things. There is liquid also and there is solid also. We have liquid also, we have solid also in this beaker. So we have both liquid and we have solid in the beaker, and liquid water also form vapor and ice also form vapor. So at particular temperature, the vapor pressure of this liquid phase and vapor pressure of this solid phase become equal. So that temperature at which vapor pressure of solid phase and vapor pressure of liquid phase become equal, we call a temperature as the freezing point of the liquid. We call a temperature as the freezing point of the liquid. You can class see here, when temperature of 40 degrees Celsius, vapor pressure of water was 0.4. As we keep water in the refrigerator, the temperature goes on decreasing, vapor pressure also goes on decreasing. And class, at point B, you can see water start forming ice. So there is a formation of solid in the beaker, and the vapor pressure of solid phase and vapor pressure of liquid phase become equal at this temperature. So I will call this temperature as the freezing point of the water, and freezing point of pure water is 0 degrees Celsius. So at this temperature, water start freezing. Scientifically, water start freezing means in beaker we have both the phases present, liquid and solid, and vapor pressure of solid phase and vapor pressure of liquid phase both are equal. The temperature at which this thing happens, that temperature is called as the freezing point, and freezing point of pure water is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so class, if you see any temperature above this above 0 degree, any temperature above 0 degree, H2 will be in the liquid form. Any temperature below 0 degree, H2 will be in solid form. So if H2 is at temperature less than 0 degree, it has to be in solid form. So class, if you go on decreasing temperature below 0 degree, so temperature goes on decreasing, the vapor pressure of that solid also goes on decreasing. So class, B to C, this graph is for frozen solvent, or you can say solid solvent. So from on graph B and C, you get only solid solvent, that is ice, and that also if temperature of ice goes on decreasing, its vapor pressure also goes on decreasing. And at this point, ice and water are in equilibrium, that is vapor pressure of solid phase and vapor pressure of liquid phase are equal. And any temperature above this 0 degree, we have only liquid phase of the solvent, that is H2O is in the liquid phase. I hope you understand this. So class, this temperature is called as the freezing point. The freezing point of a freezing point of a liquid is the temperature at which vapor pressure of solid phase, solid phase that is ice, and vapor pressure of liquid phase, that is water, both are equal. We call a temperature as a freezing point. Okay, now suppose we take 1 kilogram of water So if water is at 40 degrees Celsius, the pure water has vapor pressure 0.4 atmosphere at temperature 40 degrees Celsius. In 1 kilogram of water, if you add 0.1 mole glucose, plus glucose is non-volatile solute, the solute which does not form the vapor. So glucose is non-volatile solute, and we already learned that when we add non-volatile solute in solvent, its vapor pressure decreases. The vapor pressure of water will decrease by addition of glucose, because glucose is non-volatile solute. So suppose we saw the vapor pressure of pure water was 0.4 at 40 degrees Celsius, but vapor pressure of this solution in which we have added glucose is say less than 0.4. Say for example, this vapor pressure is 0.3 atmosphere. The temperature is same, temperature is the same 40 degree, but vapor pressure is less now. The vapor pressure is now 0. Can say this point, vapor pressure is 0.3 atmosphere. Okay, at same temperature 40 degree for this solution. Plus we try to find the molality of the solution. The molality is number of moles of solute upon mass of solvent in kg. So number of moles of solute are 0.1 mole and mass of solvent is 1 kg. The molality of the solution is 0.1 mole per kg. So class, for 0.1 molar solution at 40 degrees Celsius, vapor pressure is 0.3. For water it was 0.4. Class, now if I keep this beaker in the refrigerator, now what will happen? As temperature goes on decreasing, vapor pressure also goes on decreasing. Temperature decreases, vapor pressure also decreases. So graph goes something like this. As temperature decreases, vapor pressure also decreases. जैसे टेम्परेचर कम होगा, vapor pressure भी कम होता जाएगा. But at this point, this 0.1 molar solution will not freeze. I'll tell you reason behind this. At this point, this 0.1 molar solution will not freeze. The reason is, when water freezes, what actually happens? Water freezes means when liquid water become ice, the molecules of H2O get arranged in a definite repeating pattern. They form a crystalline structure in which all H2 molecules get arranged in a definite repeating pattern, and they attract each other by strong force called as a hydrogen bonding. They attract each other by comparatively strong force called as a hydrogen bonding. But okay, in first beaker we took pure water. So pure water starts freezing at temperature 0 degrees Celsius. But in second beaker, we don't have pure water. The water is containing glucose, which is non-volatile solute. So since glucose is present in the beaker, the molecules of glucose, they will come in between H2 molecules. The molecules of glucose will come in between H2 molecules, and they also interact with water molecule. So there is an interaction between water molecule as well as glucose, water molecule and glucose molecules. And class, that will make water molecules to get arranged in a definite pattern difficult, form a solid crystal. These molecules of glucose are interacting with water molecules. So water molecule, the H2 molecule first need to overcome that interaction of glucose molecules. First they have to overcome the interaction of glucose molecules, and then they have to form the crystalline structure. Now the process becomes difficult because of the solute coming in between. So the temperature at which water was freezing, at same temperature 0.1 molar solution is not freezing. So you have to further decrease the temperature, so that you have to further decrease the vapor pressure. And suppose somewhere here, vapor pressure of this 0.1 molar liquid become equal to vapor pressure of this solid, and that is the definition of freezing point, the temperature at which vapor pressure of solid phase and vapor pressure of liquid phase become equal. So class, suppose this is the temperature at which this happens. So I'll call this temperature as freezing point of 0.1 molar solution, and class, suppose the temperature is -1 degree Celsius. Class, you can see this is 0. Say if you go in this direction, the temperature decreases. So suppose vapor freezing point of 0.1 molar solution of glucose is -1 degree Celsius. So class, freezing point has changed. Actually freezing point has decreased. So the decrease in freezing point is how much? The decrease in freezing point is, so it was initially 0 T0 F. Now it is -1 degree. So it is 0 minus -1 degree, that will be 1 degree Celsius. The freezing point decreases by 1 degree Celsius. So this is decrease in freezing point, or you can say depression of freezing point. Symbol is delta TF. Okay. Now, plus suppose we take third beaker in which you have take pure water at temperature 40 degree. The vapor pressure of pure water at 40 degrees Celsius is 0.4. And in this pure water we add 0.2 mole of glucose. We add 0.2 mole of glucose in this 1 kilogram of water. So class, molality of this solution is number of moles of solute upon mass of solvent in kg. So molality of this solution is 0.2 mole per kg. And class, here we dissolve 0.1 mole of glucose, so vapor pressure decreases. So we can see here vapor pressure from 0.4 it become 0.3. So 0.4 become 0.3. The vapor pressure of pure solvent was 0.4 and vapor pressure of 0.1 molar solution is 0.3. So lowering of vapor pressure is by 0.4 minus 0.3, that is 0.1 atmosphere. Okay. Similarly, vapor pressure of pure water at 40 degrees Celsius was 0.4 atmosphere. And when you add 0.2 moles of glucose, now class, here we added 0.1 mole of glucose, here we are adding 0.2, so we are adding double quantity of glucose. And lowering of vapor pressure is a colligative property. So if you add double quantity of glucose, the lowering will be double quantity. So P1 will be here 0.2 atmosphere. So vapor pressure of 0.2 molar solution at 40 degrees Celsius will be 0.2 atmosphere. So class, that point will be say somewhere here. So temperature is 40 degree, but vapor pressure of 0.2 molar solution is 0.2 atmosphere. So as temperature, okay, and suppose we keep this beaker in the refrigerator. So here you can see the lowering of vapor pressure is 0.2 atmosphere. And suppose we keep this beaker in the refrigerator. If we keep this beaker in the refrigerator, as temperature decreases, vapor pressure also decreases. So temperature decreases, vapor pressure also decreases. The graph will be something like this. 0.2 molar solution will not freeze at this temperature, because at this temperature where pure water was freezing. But problem here with 0.2 molar solution is the 0.2 molar solution is containing now glucose molecules, and glucose molecules which are coming in between water molecules, making it water molecules difficult to get arranged in a definite pattern and form crystal, because they are interacting with H2 molecules. So H2 molecules first have to overcome the interaction of that solid particles, and that's why 0.2 molar solution is not freezing at the temperature where pure water was freezing. So class, what you have to do, you have to decrease temperature further. So if you decrease temperature further, vapor pressure goes on decreasing, so force of attraction between water molecule increases. But pure water, the solution will not freeze at this temperature also. The reason is, in case of 0.1 molar solution, there was 0.1 mole of glucose added in 1 kilogram of water, and in 0.2 molar solution we added 0.2 mole of glucose in 1 kg of water. So in 0.2 molar solution there are more particles of solute as compared to 0.1 molar solution. So since there are more particles of glucose, between water molecule, so it becomes still difficult for water molecule to overcome the force of interaction between those glucose molecules. They have to remove those glucose molecules aside and get arranged in a definite repeating pattern. So for 0.2 molar solution, it is more difficult for water to freeze. So we have to decrease temperature further. So if you decrease temperature further, vapor pressure goes on decreasing, and suppose at this temperature, vapor pressure of this liquid solution, or vapor pressure of this 0.2 molar solution become equal to vapor pressure of the solid, and class, that will be the freezing point of 0.2 molar solution. So my 0.2 molar solution freezes at minus 2 degrees Celsius. So you can see here depression of freezing point is from 0 to minus 2. So here in this case the depression of freezing point is minus 2 degrees. Sorry, depression of freezing point is by 2 degrees Celsius. Okay class, so we can easily observe here, if your solution is 0.1 molar, the lowering of vapor pressure is by 0.1. If your solution is 0.2 molar, lowering of vapor pressure is by 0.2. So for 0.1 molar solution, this is lowering of vapor pressure. For 0.2 molar solution, this is lowering of vapor pressure. So you can make a statement: lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to molality. Lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to molality. Okay, one more thing. So class, if lowering of vapor pressure is by 0.1, the lowering of freezing point is by 1 degree. But if lowering of vapor pressure is by 0.2, the lowering of freezing point is by 2 degree. You can see here, if this is lowering of vapor pressure, this is lowering of freezing point. So if for 0.1 molar solution, lowering of vapor pressure is 0.1, so lowering of freezing point by 1 degree. For a 0.2 molar solution, lowering of vapor pressure is 0.2, so lowering of freezing point is by 2 degree. So you can also make a statement, lowering of freezing point, or you can say depression of freezing point, is directly proportional to lowering of vapor pressure. So class, if I combine these two equations, we can also write lowering of vapor or depression of freezing point is directly proportional to molality. So depression of freezing point is directly proportional to molality of solution. So we are saying P01 minus P1 is directly proportional to M, and delta TF is directly proportional to P01 minus P1. So if you compare this equation, delta TF is equal to Kf into small m, because we can see if we compare this equation, delta TF is directly proportional to m, and if we remove this proportional sign, we have to put constant. That constant is called as Kf, since why F for freezing, and that Kf is called as cryoscopic constant, because the experiment which is used to find the value of Kf is a cryoscopy, and that's why Kf is called as a cryoscopic constant. Okay, a very important equation. So delta TF is equal to Kf into small m. The cryoscopic constant is also called as molar depression constant. Okay, so if you have to define Kf, so we'll put one condition. If molality of solution is 1 mole per kg, so if I take 1 molar solution, the molality of solution 1 mole per kg, if I substitute in this equation, let us call equation 1, if I substitute in this equation, so delta TF will be equal to Kf into 1. So Kf is equal to delta TF if molality is 1. So you can say cryoscopic constant is depression of freezing point produced for 1 molar solution. Okay, so if you define Kf, so Kf is defined as, or cryoscopic constant is defined as depression of freezing point produced for 1 molar solution. Okay, यूनिट्स फॉर Kf देखते हैं हम लोग. So क्लास, इफ इज इक्वेशन 1, तो Kf इज इक्वल टू delta TF upon small m. So lowering of freezing point. So okay, we have seen freezing point changes. Suppose from 0 degree Celsius to -1 degree Celsius. So change in freezing point will be 1 degree Celsius. So the change in freezing point we can express in degree Celsius. Molarity has unit mole per kg. So if we rearrange degree Celsius per kg become kg and mole become per mole. So degree Celsius kg per mole is unit of Kf. Okay, plus one more thing, if I say temperature changes from 0 degree Celsius to 1 degree Celsius, freezing point decreases from 0 degree to -1 degree. So change in freezing point is 0 minus -1, that is equal to by 1 degree Celsius. But class, if I convert degree Celsius into Kelvin, so 0 degree Celsius is 273 Kelvin and -1 degree Celsius is 272 Kelvin. So change in freezing point here again is 273 minus 272 Kelvin, that is equal to 1 Kelvin. So class, since Kf is the difference of temperature, Kf is a depression of freezing point produced, so if I take temperature in degree Celsius or if I take temperature in Kelvin, the difference of temperature is same. It is 1 if I take difference in degree or if I take difference in Kelvin. So if I write value, if I write unit of Kef, degrees Celsius kg per mole, or if I write unit of Kef, Kelvin kg per mole, so both values will be same. For example, if I say Kef for water is 1.86 degree Celsius kg per mole. So class, in Kelvin it will be same. Kef for water will be 1.86 Kelvin kg per mole, because difference of temperature you take in degree or difference of temperature you take in Kelvin, it is same. So units of Kef, you can take degree Celsius kg per mole or Kelvin kg per mole. In both the cases value will be same. Okay, so the last point, now relation between depression of freezing point and molar mass of solute. Molar mass of solute, symbol is M2. From equation 1 we can see delta TF is equal to Kf into small m, where m is molality. Molality as formula W2 upon M2 into 1000 upon W1, where W2 is mass of solute, M2 is molar mass of solute, 1000, and W1 is mass of solvent in gram. So class, if I substitute this value of m in this equation, so delta TF is equal to Kf into W2 upon M2 into 1000 upon W1. Rearrange. So M2 is equal to Kf into W2 into 1000 upon delta TF into W1. So this is the relation between molar mass of solute and depression of freezing point. The class, value of Kf. So you can see in this equation Kf is equal to capital R, where R is called as the universal gas constant, into M1. M1 is molar mass of solvent. T0F मतलब freezing point of pure solvent, उसका square, whole thing divided by 1000 into enthalpy of fusion of solvent. So since all these things which are taken in equation involves only solvent, the value of Kf depends only on nature of solvent, and value of Kf does not depend on the nature of solute. So Kf value is different for different solvent, but in same solvent if you have different solute, value of Kf remains same.